This man dreams of holding his wife once more, reclaiming that final moment of tenderness.
Sir, I thought I'd never see you.
I will always be with you.
But in an instant, her head explodes before his eyes. Blood stains the last trace of warmth crimson. He jolts awake, only to realize he's already a prisoner of Rome. That fleeting embrace? Nothing but a desperate illusion. He is Spartacus, the Thracian warrior who just defied death in the arena, taking on 4 men and emerging victorious. Yet raw courage means nothing against absolute power. He's pinned to the ground as his long hair, the symbol of his freedom and honor, is shaved away inch by inch. This is Rome's first step in stripping him of who he is. Meanwhile, his new master, Batiatus, schemes with his wife Lucretia about their future. Their ludus is drowning in debt. Even the courtyard pool has run dry. Batiatus knows Spartacus is his only chance to climb back from ruin. He paid a fortune for him, not out of generosity, but to curry favor with the Roman legate, Gaius Claudius Glaber. After all, it was Spartacus who openly defied Glaber on the battlefield, humiliating him in front of his own men. This purchase is both an olive branch and a reckless gamble. Batiatus doesn't just want Glaber's gratitude. He wants the wealth, the influence, the power that comes with being his patron. With Glaber's gold, his empty pool will overflow again. His school will rise from the ashes. The moment he steps into the training yard's bathhouse, he's met with a challenge from Crixus, the undefeated champion. Here, your past name means nothing. There's only one identity that matters: gladiator. They all understand one truth. This is the forge where mortals become gods. Blood is their wine. The arena is their stage. But Spartacus's defiance ignites Crixus's fury once more.
No one gives shit to who you were, Thracian.
While the others laugh at the Thracian, Spartacus fires back with a cutting insult that strikes deep.
That explains why you smell like a woman.
Crixus has never been mocked like this. He swallows his rage and delivers a warning. Once your wounds heal, I'll make you pay for those words. The next day, a new batch of recruits arrives at the training grounds. Their instructor, Oenomaus, known as Doctore, teaches them their first lesson the hard way. What is this ground beneath your feet? Sacred earth, Doctore, watered with the blood and sacrifice of those who came before. This is holy ground, consecrated by the fallen. Their worthless lives will be hammered here into something of value. Then, Batiatus himself appears, painting them a vision of glory. Here, a slave can rise above his chains, even above humanity itself. But failure offers only 2 fates: death or the mines, where you rot slowly in agony. Succeed, he promises, and you'll stand beside my titans. Batiatus then recounts Spartacus's so-called feat in the arena, how he fought 4 men at once. He defied death, he defied fate, but this isn't praise, it's humiliation. His victory was hollow, Oenomaus sneers. His opponents were untrained fodder. Against any true gladiator here, he'd be dead before he drew his sword. Spartacus's eyes burn with defiance. Batiatus seizes the moment and orders a demonstration match. Crixus himself will school this arrogant newcomer.
Spartacus! Pick it up. That is not my name.
That's not my name, Spartacus protests. Doctore answers with a lash of his whip. Here, your name and your life belong to your master.
Perhaps. The coward requires advantage to still his trembling knees. Gladius!
The fight begins. Spartacus, wild and untrained, is like a stumbling child before Crixus. His steps are clumsy, his back is wide open. He charges blindly into strength, every mistake a death sentence. Crixus toys with him effortlessly, knocking him down again and again, each fall met with scorn.
Come entangled with a more powerful opponent, and you are dead.
Finally, enraged, Spartacus hurls his sword, only for Crixus to sidestep it with ease. Throwing your weapon in the arena, that's a death sentence too.
Your foolishness has cost a life.
Doctore explains that you could have raised 2 fingers, begged for mercy, but your pride killed you. Just as Crixus moves in for the kill, Batiatus calls it off. Spartacus must live for Glaber's sake. His blood must stay warm and flowing. At dinner, Spartacus meets Varro, a former freeman who sold himself into the ludus to feed his family. Varro tells him, "Fight well, and you'll earn coin, maybe even your freedom." But Spartacus, long past believing in gods or promises, thinks Varro's a hopeless fool. Back in the villa, Batiatus's finances are collapsing. He can't even pay for 3 months' grain, forced into crushing compounding debt. All his hopes now rest on Glaber's visit tomorrow. Night falls, but training never stops. Gladiators stagger under heavy logs as Doctore barks orders. Batiatus and Lucretia lie awake, hearts heavy. They've bet everything. Now, only fate decides. Before dawn, training resumes. At breakfast, a Syrian named Asher approaches Spartacus. A hustler and bookie, Asher trades in secrets and bets. The odds are set. 12 to 1 you end up in the mines. The closer you get to death, the higher the payout. Crixus has wagered heavily that Spartacus won't survive the final test. Asher wants him to beat the odds, so he steals a loaf of bread to keep him strong. Then, disaster. An unexpected visitor arrives, Legate Glaber himself, striding into Spartacus's cell. Old enemies, fresh wounds. Glaber spits out his hatred, listing Spartacus's crimes: mutiny, defiance, insolence, each one worthy of 1,000 deaths. Spartacus pleads, "Take my life, spare my wife." Glaber laughs cruelly. "You misunderstand, Thracian. I once wanted you dead quickly, to repay your insult. Now I see that's too kind. I want you torn apart slowly in the arena, bled dry to the roar of the crowd. To break him completely, Glaber produces a scrap of cloth, torn from Sura's thigh. Before my men had their way with her, I took this. She was a savage amusement. When the fire finally left her eyes, I sold her to a Syrian for half a coin. The words stab Spartacus like a blade. He collapses, howling like a wounded beast. Mission accomplished. Glaber departs, satisfied, rejecting Batiatus's feast and riding straight back to Rome. Batiatus's grand plan shattered. His patronage gone. Back in the yard, Spartacus channels his agony into violence, attacking sparring partners like a mad animal, lost to reason.
Rome 1! Attack!
From his balcony, Batiatus watches, furious at Glaber's rejection. He blames Doctor and the worthless gladiators, even considers selling Spartacus to the mines. But his price is too high to waste. He must squeeze value from this man. Doctor sees something in Spartacus. Unpredictable, yes, but burning with passion. A spark that could ignite the crowd. If tamed, he could be a star. Doctore hands Batiatus the cloth taken from Glaber. This might be the key to breaking the beast. Batiatus summons Spartacus to his private chamber for a battle of wills. He speaks of family honor, faith, his gift for seeing worth in broken men. But Spartacus remains unmoved. Then Batiatus shifts his aim straight to the heart. Your wife, Sura. When Spartacus whispers her name, Batiatus knows he's found the lever. That beast was born from heartbreak. If you could hold her again, feel her warmth, kiss her lips, would you kill for it? Anyone who stands between us, I'll kill them all. How many? 100? 1,000? I'll slaughter every last one. That's all Batiatus needs to hear. Fight for me, he vows. Win glory. Win your freedom, and I'll move heaven and earth to bring Sura back to you. To prove his sincerity, he reveals the scrap of fabric, Sura's own. This tiny thread becomes Spartacus's only hope. That night, the final test begins. Varro fights to a draw. Both men pass. Then comes the main event, Spartacus versus Crixus. The fight starts. But Spartacus is different now. No rage in his eyes. Only calm, only focus. He doesn't fight for himself anymore. He fights for Sura, for the ghost of a reunion.
Tears!
The undefeated champion, beaten by a rookie. Doctor calls it, Spartacus passes. In that moment, Spartacus drops his weapon and his last shred of pride. He kneels before Batiatus and swears his loyalty. Dominus, he intones. Your life now has meaning. Hear my oath. I pledge my body, my mind, my will, to the glory of this ludus and the command of my master. A red-hot brand sears his arm, not just the mark of a gladiator, but the first step on his path to find Sura. From this moment on, he is one of them, a gladiator.